Now, when it comes to this new builder, man, 2K26, you know how they said we was going to be able to have animations for taller builds, you know what I'm saying? They were just taking the restrictions off. Now, 6'9s, the highest ball handle they can get in 2K25 is an 80. So they pretty much can get a lot of animations anyway, you know what I'm saying, with an 80 ball handle. But when it comes to the 6'10 and the 6'11, the 6'10, the highest the ball handle can be is 78. And when it comes to 6'11, the highest ball handle can be, you know what I'm saying, no matter what, is 75. So when we transfer over here into dribble styles in 2K25, if we crossing over into 2K26, we really not going to get no more dribble styles when it comes, because we don't get no more than a 70 to a 73 when it comes to, you know, when it comes to speed with ball, and the lowest speed with ball is 75, which means it's only going to be a 6'9 build. Now 6'9 builds, you know what I'm saying, we'll still be able to get the same thing when it comes to 6'10 to 6'11 builds, because everything after 6'11, you can't only get a 70 ball handle, which really, I mean, of course you can get animations with that anyway, but if you want to get any real good animations, the minimum is KD, which was 73 this year, and then Giannis was 74, and then 75. Of course, we couldn't get 75 at 6'11, even though we can get a 6'11. I mean, even though we can get a 75 ball handle. So when it comes to the dribble style is pretty much still going to be the same, because we still not going to be able to unlock any max, so the restrictions going to be pretty much the same, unless they add a whole bunch of dribble styles, you know what I'm saying, which they might, but they probably won't. They probably keep the simple ones, maybe unlock them as the season go like they did this year, and you know, just fine tune the ones they got. They might add a couple of here and there, but pretty much gonna be for guards and not really for the big man. Now when it comes to SIG size ups, man, we will be getting a few on the taller players. Now as you can see, Jimmy Butler is a 70 ball handler. This year we could not get Jimmy Butler, but next year we will be able to get Jimmy Butler on the 6'10s and 6'11s, because we will be able to have a 70 plus ball handle on those builds. You might actually can get it on, I can't remember, I think actually a 7-footer you can get a 70 ball handle on a 7-footer, so we can all go all the way up until, you know, we get the 7 foot when it comes to the ball handle with the non-restrictions. And of course we got the only one we really got is Jimmy Butler. We got Michael Jordan. We'll be able to get all Michael Jordan dribble moves now with the restrictions lifted, because we can get a 75. Now with a 7-footer we won't be able to get a 75 ball handle, so we will not. The highest we can get is Jimmy Butler with a 7-footer when it comes to the 6 size, but we will not. The max we can get with a 6'11 will be Michael Jordan that we can get the ball handle with, because the restrictions is lifted, and we can get one will be 6'10 or 6'11 now. The only other one is Jason Tatum, man. Jason Tatum is another one that a 7-footer can get, but 6'10 and 6'11 can get when it comes to the ball handle. Of course, we already can get Zion, because there's no height restriction when it comes to him. Now, Giannis is not a height restriction when it comes. You do got to be at least 6'10", so now you will be able to get the Giannis on, you know, the smaller build, which you might want to get him on a 6'9 or a 6'8. You might not, but at least you can do that now. You can get Giannis on a 6'10", a 6'11", or taller. You cannot get Giannis, because the highest ball handler you can get on a 6'11 is 7'3", and of course it goes lower the higher you go when it comes to the 7-footer. So you cannot, now you know, you can't even get a higher enough ball handle to get Giannis on this one as a 6'11", so you can't even get it on the next year as a 6'11 unless they make Giannis a 73, because KD is a 73, so you can get KD again probably, I'm pretty sure, next year. Pablo, of course, you can get on a 6'11 now and a 6'11, I mean, not on the 6'11, but a 6'10 this year as well. The only differences will be Michael Jordan. Like I said, again, you know, you'll be able to get Michael Jordan regular breakdown combo, and you'll be able to get Jason Tatum, which is only pretty much the differences on most of these when it comes to getting the extra move without the height restriction, because every other move, you know, is too high anyway, and our ball handle not gonna go that high, because the highest our ball handle go at 6'10 or 6'11 is, you know, the 75 ball handle, 78, you know, ball handle, which was Jason Tatum and Michael Jordan. Really, we'll be able to get all their moves now, because most of the point guard moves, I mean, yeah, you know, now, you know, you can put a Wemby size up, or you can put a Giannis size up on a guard, because Giannis, you see, he got, you know, a 6'10 or higher. That's what you can do. But I mean, no guard is really gonna use Giannis, because I mean, now they're gonna be able to get all the other animations that lock behind 6'3s. You know what I'm saying? Now a 6'6 guard can get the 6'3 animations, and now, you know, a 6'10 can get Jimmy Butler, and a 11 can get Jimmy Butler, and players like that. That's the only thing that's gonna be when it comes to the ball changes, man. Of course, when it comes to this one, same thing. We got 80s, 80s, 80s until we get, okay, we can get Austin Reeves now that was restricted. And I'm pretty sure now, you know, your 6'10", 6'11 builds can get the Austin Reeves. I think you can even get 70 or 7-footer can even get Austin Reeves because of the 70 ball handle. The 70 ball handle 7-footers could get in 2K this year. Other one, Jason Tatum again. We can also get Klay Thompson on the 6'11s and 6'10s because 6'11s you can go to 75 ball handle. That's the max ball handle that you can have on a 6'11, so we definitely will be able to unlock those now. And of course we got Zion for the same thing, you know, that's already unrestricted. Escape moves, man, ain't many, so maybe they gonna add some more. Now we'll be able to get the Jimmy Butler escape on the 6'11 and the 6'10 builds. Man, this escape was definitely necessary. Now that we can get this, it's gonna be a problem. I'm definitely gonna use this on my, you know, KD build, and I'm gonna come with day one because all these dribble moves that we could get, because I wanted this year and we couldn't get it. And I'm like, bro, how can I have a 75 or 78 ball handle, but I can't get the Jimmy Butler, bro? And he ain't even a guard. He usually play the small forward or the power forward. But now in 2K26, we will be able to get it. The only other unlock, like I said, Jason Tatum, we definitely can get his now. You know what I'm saying? Which is another solid one for real. We'll be able to put that on the 6'10. 6'9 was always able to get it. So now we can put it on the 6'10 and 6'11 builds. Of course, 75 is too high for the 7-footers though. Pro moves, man. Pro moves. Same thing here. Same thing here. We only gonna be able to get Jason Tatum. The rest of them is gonna be locked up under that, you know, restriction still. Unless they let you be making a 6'10 to get an 80 ball handle, which I'm pretty sure they ain't gonna change it because they ain't changed a lot on the build. So you probably gonna be able to only max out from a 6'10 with a 7. If you minimize his wingspan, minimize his weight, you'll get a 78 ball handle. And a 6'11, you max his minimize his weight, minimize his wingspan, you'll get a 75 ball handle. So I'm pretty sure it'll be the same. So we ain't getting nothing but Jason Tatum when it comes to this combo moves. Now we go to the crossovers, man. The crossovers, it should be the same, but we will be able to get Jimmy Butler crossover on the 6'10s and 6'11s, and that's pretty much it. Oh no, we'll get Paul George crossover in the 6'10s and 6'11s now, which is good, and we'll also get Jason Tatum. This one is actually the most, man. We get three different caps, you know what I'm saying, that will be lifted, 3 different restrictions that will be lifted because we was able to get Jimmy Butler now. We also can get Paul George, and we'll be able to get Jason Tatum, which we couldn't do this year with 6'10s and 6'11 builds, man. Behind the backs, man, what we got for behind the backs? We got a 75 here. We're going to be able to get DeMar DeRozan behind the back now. We also going to be able to get Paul George behind the back on 6'10s, 6'11s for both of them. We got a number. Let me see. Okay, we got a 70. We'll be able to get Kawhi Leonard behind the back, which he a power forward. I mean, I know he's 6'7", but he a power forward, so we should have been able to get that this year anyway. I'm glad they finally changed that, man, because it's like if you can get the ball handle, man, just let us get the moves, man. Now we can get Sabonis, which we already can get that. Jason Tatum, another one that we can get now. So, okay, behind the back's got a lot. You know what I'm saying? How many we got? We got 1 on behind the back that this restriction going to be lifted. We got Paul George, that's 2. We got DeMar DeRozan, that's 3. You know what I'm saying? For the 6'10", 6'11 builds that can get it. We got 3 on this one too, so behind the back and crossovers are pretty good with 3 restriction that's lifted, and that's just with the moves that's in the game now. Of course, hopefully 2K add a few more, you know what I'm saying, 6, you know, in the game, some more behind the back, some more, you know, crossovers and stuff of that sort. Now, when it comes to the spin, man, of course, we got Jimmy Butler spin that we can unlock now on the 6'10", 6'11s. Of course, we already had KD that was able to be unlocked, and pretty much, yeah, and Jason Tatum, like I said, Jason Tatum gonna be on everything. Michael Jordan was gonna be on everything, and Jimmy Butler on a few things too, man, which is good. Paul George got 1. You know, it's a few animations on per category that got some extra unlocks for the restrictions. The hezzy, it's a lot of hezzies, man. So let's see what we can get. We know we can get Jimmy Butler hezzy now, which is pretty solid. What we got? Paul George, another one is another mention. He done did, you know, what it was like a crossover that we was able to get to. So Paul George, but as of now, Paul George, Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum, Kawhi Leonard had 1, and Michael Jordan is the restrictions that's lifted far as the ball handle. Okay, we got a Rondo right here. We can get a Rondo hezzy now because that restriction could be gone because the 6'11 can get a 75 ball handle, and of course the 6'10 can get a 78 ball handle. Jason Tatum, again, we already knew that. So we got Jason Tatum, we got Rondo this time that we can get it. You know what I'm saying? We got Paul George where the restriction gonna be lifted, and we got Jimmy Butler. Now for the step backs, man, can we get Luka? Nah, Luka too high. I knew that, though. I knew it was 84. We can't get Luka, because if we can get Luka on the taller builds, that'll be crazy. But we definitely can get Jimmy Butler on snatchback now, you know, because he only got a 70, so 6'10 and 6'11 can get that. Vince Carter, we'll be able to get the Vince Carter snatchback now on 6'10, 6'11s. Actually, 7-footers for Jimmy, for the snatchbacks. Ooh, now the snatchback's not going to be limited for the 7-foot. Now, 7'1" ain't going to be able to get it, but the 7-footers, they can get a 70 ball handler, so they can get the Jimmy Butler, they get the Vince Carter. What else can they get? Dang, we was about to be able to get Halliburton, man. They made Halliburton 79. You can only get a 78 with the 6'10s. 6'11s can only get a 75, so this will still be restricted. We would not be able to get this unless they move the 6'10 ball handler up to 79, which I'm pretty sure they're not, because they ain't really changed much on the builder. Okay, we can get Kawhi Leonard again now at 70, which Jason Tatum we already knew. So Jason Tatum, yep, we can get him on 6'10, 6'11. We can get Klay Thompson on 6'10, 6'11s now. And that's pretty much it. So we got Klay Thompson, Jason Tatum, we got Kawhi Leonard, we got Vince Carter and Jimmy Butler on, that's gonna be unrestricted now. Of course, we had Giannis and Joel Embiid and all them anyway, but now we got 4 extras that's gonna be unrestricted for the 6'10, 6'11 builds. Go-to shots is gonna be crazy, because we'll be able to not only, especially with the new ones they got, because I mean 6'10s and 6'11s, shoot, 7-footers can even get more than an 87 when it comes to the mid, because all you got to do is get an 87 mid-range. I think is the highest that you gotta have. Yep, 87 mid-range is the highest that you need in order to unlock every single go-to shot in the, you know, on the, if it's 2K26 and they don't add nothing else, you know what I'm saying, they only have these, that means if you got an 86 mid-range, you will be able to unlock every single go-to shot on the game. Dribble pull-ups is pretty much the same thing. I think, okay, 92 is the highest on here, and that's Kobe, so that means you can have a 6'11. I think you might can get a 92 mid-range. I think 6'11 is the highest you can get a 92 mid-range. I could be wrong. It might be a 7-footer too, but now you can have a 6'11. Mind you, with gold, you know what I'm saying, limited, I mean gold lightning launch, because now you can get 68 when it comes to bronze lightning launch. Just use your +2. A 6'11 with a 92 mid-range having Kobe fade. Come on, listen. Hey, that bill gonna be here first. I'm trying to tell you. So we can have everything. 92 is the highest, which means 6'11 can get it. That means if you got a 92 mid-range, which is the highest, I think you can get a, when it comes to 92, I don't think you can get a 92. I think the highest you can get is 90 7-footer. So 6'11 is the tallest build you can make to be able to get all of the dribble pull-ups. Spin jumpers. Spin jumpers is what, 87, and that is Kyrie Irving if you got an 87 midi, because midi gonna be the cheapest. That's why I keep saying midi, because you can have trying to get the 3. I'm pretty sure a big man is not gonna be able to get a 92 3 ball or a 87 3 ball. The highest this year, I think the tallest big man, you know what I'm saying, you can get an 86, and that was 6'11. You can get an 86. I think 7 feet you might can get an 86 too if you minimize the wingspan, but that was the highest. Like, you, no matter what, like you had to go 6'10 or lower. Matter of fact, you had to go 6'11 or lower to get an 87. You couldn't even get it high, so you're gonna be able to get a mid-range. We can get a high mid-range, which means if we get an 87 mid-range or higher, we can get every single. So if you get a 92 mid-range, you know what I'm saying, 92 mid-range will pretty much get you everything. Hop jumpers, it'll get you everything if you got a 92 mid-range, which you can do on a 6'11. Like even right here, 92, you still getting all of this. You're getting everything. You'll have every move at your disposal at 6'11 or 6'10 as long as you got at least a 92 mid-range. I mean, really 87, because the only thing you really can't get is, you know, Kobe at a 92, but you definitely can minimize your wingspan to get a 92 mid-range on a 6'11 or a 6'10, which is good. Actually, you can get a 94 mid-range on a 6'10. You can get a 92 mid-range on a 6'11, but right here is no restrictions, so we will be able to get all of this. I mean, the only requirements probably are the same thing again, will be, you know, just because all this is always free, so you don't even have to pay VC for this, so you know you'll be able to have all of these as well. The post fades, post hooks, you already got all of those, you know what I'm saying. Now the shorter builds will be able to have all the post hooks, and the shorter builds will be able to have all of the post fades, which is, you know, pretty good. This too, you know what I'm saying, default heights, so now we can have the Kobe and we can have the Devin Booker at these heights, you know what I'm saying. And now, you know, of course guards can have 80 if they want, but you know, a guard is still gonna pick Kobe or the shorter builds anyway when it comes to the heights. And of course we got a couple more, you know, Austin Rivers we'll be able to get, and pro, you know what I'm saying, the smaller guards can get that. I mean, now we can be able to get this too for the height restriction. Now when it comes to the dunks, man, the dunks pretty much didn't matter. I mean, now guards will be able to have a lot of the, you know, close, you know, standing dunks that they couldn't get because you had to be at least 6'10 or whatever. Now, you know, the guards will be able to have these smaller elite dunks, and you know, like a lot of guards might mess around with that, you know, especially guards, 2 guards, they can be off the ball, maybe they play 2s or something, they want to make like a 6'8", you know what I'm saying, or 6'6" or something. Now he can have elite contact dunks as long as he got the right requirements. But this is where, you know what I'm saying, it opens up a lot, because now not only can guards get a lot of these dunks, but now the big man can also get these dunks, because like Devin Booker, we couldn't get Devin Booker if you was 6'10" or taller. That was one of the best dunk packages on the game, you know what I'm saying. Now 6'10s and tallest can get that, because you already know we can get higher than an 80 dunk. And also Malik Monk was another one that was an overpowered quick dunk package that 6'10s, 6'11s couldn't get, man, you know what I'm saying. So now, and really 6'9s, any, like you see it right there, anything above 6'5 couldn't even get Malik Monk, and that was a crazy dunk package. So now even the bigger guards that 6'4, 6'5, they can, you know, 6'6, 6'7, 6'8 can get those, get that Malik Monk dunk package, which is good, as well as the 6'11 builds, you know what I'm saying, 6'7 foot builds, even 7, I think all the way up to 7'2 can get an 80 driving dunk, you know what I'm saying, and more than a 70 vertical. What is it, 75? A 70 vertical, 80 driving dunk and 70 vertical, man. I think you can go all the way up to 7'2 this year, maybe even 7'3, you know what I'm saying, if you max out his wingspan. Wait, no, 7'3 I think was only you can get a 73 dunk. I think the highest was 7'1 where you can get an 80 driving dunk, man. 7'1 was the highest where you can get an 80 driving dunk, because 7'2 was like 75 or something like that. So you still wouldn't be able to get that. But Devin Booker and that Malik Monk we'll be able to get this year. And of course a lot of the other ones that we can get, anything that's 80, you know what I'm saying, with a lower than a 75 vertical. Well, really lower than the 80 vertical, because I had a 7'1 that had an 80 vertical. So anything that's lower than a 70, lower than an 80 driving dunk, we'll be able to get. And I'm definitely gonna be looking forward to getting this Malik Monk on my 6'10 or 6'11. I'm still trying to decide if I want to make a 6'10 or 6'11. Same thing with contact dunks. Of course, that's pretty much the same thing. Now you got to be at least, you know, you got to be under 6'10. So now we'll be able to get all of these small contacts. You know, the elite contacts is restricted to, you know, elite big man contacts was restricted for taller builds, but now, you know, the shorter builds will be able to get them. And last but not least, man, the shooting. We're going to lift the shooting restrictions. The highest that you can have on a 6'11 build is a 94 midi. You know what I'm saying? No, 92 midi. A 94 midi when it comes to the base on a 6'10. So 6'10 is basically a 94, which means you can get pretty much any base in the game, man, which is going to be crazy, because when you can unlock any base in the game, you know what I'm saying, as long as you got a high enough, so that means you can have a 6'10 build with a Steph Curry base, because Steph Curry usually be like a 90. You got to have at least a minimum of a 90, 92 shot to be able to even get his base. But now you'll be able to have his base on a 6'10, 6'11 build, because you can get a 6'10 build with a minimum wingspan. He can have a 92 midi, and a 6'11 build can have a 92 midi with a minimum wingspan, and a 6'10 build can have a 94 midi with a minimum wingspan, which means you're gonna have even Patty Mills, like you're gonna have every single base, and your jump shot ability of creation is gonna be crazy this year, man. But like I said, man, I wanted just to cover it all to give it, put it in perspective, because people are thinking, well, we'll be able to get, Kyrie Irving, man. We'll be able to. No, you're not gonna be able to do it. It's gonna be the same dribble restrictions. So if your max build, like I said, a 6'10 can go up to 78. Everything from that 78 and under, like we showed, Jimmy Butler had the restrictions, you know what I'm saying, because he had a 70 ball handle. But this year, if you had a 6'10, even if you got a 78 ball handle and Jimmy Butler ball handle is only a 70, at 6'10 you still couldn't get it. This year, that is not the case. Even though this year we can get a 92 or a 94 midi, we still couldn't get Steph Curry base. This is not the case. So don't think that we're going to be able to get Kyrie moves, man. I just wanted to put it into perspective, man. Like I said, if y'all stayed this close, you know what I'm saying, this to the end, man, make sure you stick around. I will be, going in depth on the builder, man. We will be bringing out plenty builds, having fun with them. I'm going to be trying out builds just so y'all won't have to waste your money on them or waste your time, man. I will be doing a lot of gameplay. I think this is going to be the one, man. It's year 3. 2K always do it, man. 2K14 come out with 16, 17. You got some good ones. You drop the ball a few times. 18, they come back 19, 20. You drop it, you come back 20. Hey, listen, third year. This is the third iteration of the builder, man. This is the third, they ain't changed that much because they knew they had something. Now the gameplay, they focus on the game. They was able to focus on the gameplay because they ain't had to think about the builder much, man. I think this might be the year. I don't know, man. Hopefully it is. Like I said, y'all want some more information. If you stuck around this far, you might as well go ahead, hit the like button, man. Share this video, hit the subscribe button, man. Thank y'all so much for the love. Thank you for just making it this far. If you have made it, thank you for all the love that y'all continue to show me, man. Until next time, we out.